Good morning. I would like to call to order the Pasco County Commissioners meeting, 10 o'clock for March 10th, 2026. At this time, please silence all electronic devices and mute your phones. Please rise for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Good morning, Honorable Commission. Anthony Shipe, Chaplain, Pasco County Fire Rescue. It's my honor to give the invocation. Let us pray. Almighty God, we thank you for this opportunity and privilege to conduct our civic business today. We ask that you will watch over our armed forces in this time of war. Also watch over our firemen, policemen, and those leaders of our community, and bless our educational institution and their students. We just thank you for this privilege today. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
District 1, Commissioner Oakley.
Here.
District 2, Commissioner Wakeman.
Present.
District 3, Commissioner Starkey, not present at this time. District 4, Commissioner Yeager.
Here.
District 5, Chairman Mariano.
Here. Now is the time for public comment. Citizens are given an opportunity to comment on any current or future agenda item coming before the board or on other business under the board's purview. Today, public's comment will be handled as follows. First, we will take public comment from those who are here in person. Then we'll take public comment for those who are pre-registered online link and currently on queue. We request that when you address the board, comments are not directed personally against a commissioner or team member, but rather directed at the issue. This provides mutual respect between the board members and the public. After stating your name and address for the clerk, a 3-minute timer will be activated. A green light will be shown at the podium. After 2 minutes, a yellow light will indicate you have 1 minute left. When your time is up, a red light will be displayed. 3 beeps will sound, and you will close your comments. Online participants will be connected automatically when their time is up. Mr. Clerk, do we have anyone signed up for public comment?
We have one signed up in advance, Nancy Hazelwood.
Nancy Hazelwood, 34110, a nice place. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing I have up here is an image of the RV resort. They're watering. I'm not sure why they should be watering. They're not watering grass. They are watering sand. This was taken last Tuesday at about 8 a.m. And I'm hoping that they should have more restrictions also. Maybe we could do something like, say, during the dry season, this doesn't happen, because you're certainly making us watch our water. I've got a whole litany of things, so please bear with me. The next is Johnson Road, close to this. One of the neighbors heard something crying out there and went to see, and it was a fawn that had been hit by a car that could not stand. She had to go get somebody to shoot it. And this is not the first deer that has been killed out there. Also, the same thing is going on in Zephyr Hills right now. Maybe the development should be slowed down until you get enough police out there. I was on Johnson Road last night, and somebody passed me going pretty fast. And it's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit there. So the tree ordinance, that's been moving along. It's a little bit good, but I was wondering why this wasn't put out to the public more. This is a very important issue. People are talking about the clear cutting of trees all over the county. How about, it would have been nice if you had planned a meeting in each district so your constituents would have had the ability to have something to say in this. I think it is a very baby step in the right direction after reading it through, and we'll hear more on that when it comes up before y'all. The other thing is, I keep hearing about affordable housing. We need to build more. We need to build more. Well, it's become very obvious that we're about to hit another recession. If anybody remembers the last one, there were a huge amount of houses on the market, and they all went down in price. So before you think about approving more affordable homes, take a look at what's out there and how the price is going to go down on them. And I thank you all very much for listening to my tirade, and I do respect y'all. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone here to want to address the board? Anyone online?
None.
All right, we'll close public comment. Next time is for resolutions. And just with the overwhelming number of debate team members we have, I know we're still signing autographs over here. We're going to move to the agenda a little differently than scheduled. And we're going to go to a different resolution. So let's go to RS2. Commissioner Waitman's Fix a Leak in Florida.
Resolution number 26-152, a resolution by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, declaring the week of March 16th to the 22nd, 2026 as Fix a Leak Week in Pasco County. Whereas yearly household water leaks across the United States account for nearly 1 trillion gallons of water wasted, and the average American household leaks can account for nearly 10,000 gallons of water wasted every year. And whereas fixing easily corrected household water leaks can save homeowners about 10% on their water bills. And whereas 10% of American homes have water leaks that waste 90 gallons of water or more per day, and the average family can waste 180 gallons of water per week. And whereas common leaks found in the home include worn toilet flappers, dripping faucets, broken irrigation heads, and other leaking valves that are often easy to fix. And whereas the Environmental Protection Agency Water Sense program was created in 2006 to urge Americans to become more aware of their impact on water conservation. And whereas the Environmental Protection Agency Water Sense program celebrates Fix a Leak Week as a time to remind citizens to check household fixtures and irrigation systems for leaks. And whereas Fix a Leak Week teaches Pasco County residents about how to fix common leaks in their homes and yards, and seeks to change the public's perception of water usage and highlight the dangers of leaving leaks unattended. And whereas supporting the third week of March as Fix a Leak Week reinforces the ongoing call to Pasco County citizens to conserve water resources by using them responsibly and efficiently. And whereas the Pasco County Board of County Commissioners supports and encourages water conservation measures throughout Pasco County. Now, there it be resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, that said board hereby declares the week of March 16th through the 22nd, 2026 as Fix a Leak Week in Pasco County, and calls upon each citizen of Pasco County to find and fix leaks as part of their community's mission to protect water resources. Done and resolved in session with quorum present and voting this 10th day of March, 2026.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Commissioner Waitman.
Yes, thank you all for being here today. Not just about conserving water, fixing a leak, but protecting your property and your pocketbook too. Water damage is a big deal in any state, but particularly here in Florida. So glad to recognize awareness for Fix a Leak Week and appreciate all your work. I know Bala mentioned we had a relatively large leak here recently and got right on top of it and fixed it. But thank you all for being here today, and the floor is yours.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chairs, and Commissioners. For the record, my name is Connor Cheney, a new water conservation specialist at Pasco County Utilities, working with Phoenix McKinney to strengthen water conservation within Pasco County. Fix a Leak Week encourages Pasco County residents and businesses to find and fix common household and irrigation leaks, simple steps that save money, lower bills, and protect our shared water supply. This is especially critical now with our region under a Phase 2 modified water shortage. We appreciate the board's support in promoting conservation across Pasco County.
Thank you. Commissioner Oakley.
Yep. I thank you for everything you're doing to stop those leaks out there and offering, I guess, programs for like new toilets and all that use less water than they have been using before. And I know myself on an older home or house I have up in Homosassa, the fact of it is I was noticed there was a water leak and I went up to fix it, only to find out it was the devices, the plunger and all that's inside the toilet that was actually worn out and need to be replaced to stop that leak. So it's pretty amazing when you get to searching for where you're having leaks in your home, where you find it and what you can do to fix that so you don't lose the water. But I appreciate everything you're all doing and these efforts to make, toilets and all that use less water in the new homes and all, and can be retrofit for the older homes that will save water in the future for all of our citizens. Thank you.
Yeah, Commissioner Starkey.
I've been the victim of water leaks. One, my house is on a stem wall, and it was going under my sink into the ground below. We had so many people come and try and find the leak. And now I actually have to replace the cabinet underneath my sink. And also, twice, my sprinkler system's been hit by lightning, and that caused some big leaks. So I'm glad that, it was the Pasco County who let me know that my water bill was going crazy. So I'm glad that we're calling attention to this, especially in this time of record drought. So this is important for everyone to make sure that your lines are secure. So thank you.
Commissioner Yeager.
So you guys just called me last month and caught a leak that I didn't know about.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
my water softener was leaking, and then shortly after I got my bill for $615. So it was really leaking. But if I didn't get that call, I would not have known that I had a leak. So thank you. Thank you so much for doing that, because I don't know how long it would have been leaking, and I would had no clue. So thank you.
Yeah. I thank you for all your work with bringing this to our attention, bringing it forward, because obviously conservation is everything. So appreciate it. Should we go out for a picture?
Sure.
Then we're going to need to back up. Are you ready? 1, 2.
Okay, we're going to go back to RS1. A resolution by the Board of County Commissioners recognize the Pasco High speech and debate team for all their accomplishments.
Resolution number 26-151, whereas the Pasco High School Speech and Debate Team was established in September of 2024 under the leadership of head coach Mark Joseph Valdez, a cultural exchange teacher from the Philippines. And whereas originally formed as a non-competitive student interest group, the PHS Speech and Debate Team quickly evolved, driven by courage, determination, and a desire to provide meaningful competitive experience. The PHS Speech and Debate Team began participating in regional tournaments within its very first year. And whereas under the guidance of Mr. Valdez and Ms. Deanna Backhelder, training for the PHS Speech and Debate Team includes legislative debate, Lincoln Douglas debate, extemporaneous debate, public forum debate, impromptu speaking, original oratory, informative speaking, declamation, and extemporaneous speaking. And whereas in its very first competition, the team made an immediate impact by earning multiple championships and top awards at the regional level. These early successes fuel the team's ambition and commitment, setting the tone for continued improvement and competitive excellence. And whereas the PHS speech and debate team continues to grow and thrive, consistently earning accolades at the regional, state, and national levels. The program has become a source of pride for the school and a testament to the students' hard work, discipline, and passion for speech and debate. And whereas the PHS speech and debate team achieved a historic milestone at the National Civics and Debate Championship, where senior Haley Grapel captured the title of national champion in extemporaneous debate, outperforming hundreds of competitors from across the United States. And whereas this most recent win was an extraordinary accomplishment that underscores the rapid rise and lasting impact of the PHS speech and debate team. And, hold on folks, if I get these right, I'll be lucky, all right? And whereas the PHS speech and debate team consists of Katie Ananko, Esther Ayla Perez, Abby Bromley, Kendall Edge, Isaiah Faher, Haley Grapel, David Lee, Madison Lobianco, Madison Love, Rachel Marie Williams, Paula Ann Williams, Addison Howard, Aiden Miller, Margaret Kennard, Maria Alvarez, Samantha Baza, Casey Hughes, Josana Jarrett, Dayana Mayana Paz, Ryan Kabaj, Alexa Burns, Mark Joseph Valdez as head coach, and Dana Batchelder as assistant coach. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, that said board hereby recognizes the Pasco High School speech and debate team for all of their accomplishments. Done and resolved in regular session with a quorum present and voting this 10th day of March, 2026.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And would the team and the coaches please come on up to the podium? I should have invited you up there before, sorry about that. So is something that started out just to be a trial and a thing turned into something just phenomenal. So, Coach, please.
I am Mr. Valdez. I am the head coach of Pasco High School speech and debate team. And on behalf of Pasco High School, we extend our sincere thanks to Pasco County for this recognition and for highlighting the achievements of these students who work tirelessly to bring honor to the Pirate Nation and to our community. What began with only a handful of students has grown into an award-winning team, and our school and district can truly be proud of. Since establishing the team in 2024, these students have consistently shown that Pasco is not only a place to excel in athletics, but also a place where academic and extracurricular excellence thrive. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone here, to our county commissioners, to our community leaders, to our principal, Mr. Feldman, to my assistant coach, Ms. Batchelor, to all the parents and volunteers for helping us in our Saturday tournaments, and to everyone who in one way or another helped us in our journey. To God be all the glory.
All right. Would your assistants like to speak as well? I'm going to make a debate team. I got a few talkers here, I think.
Again, I just wanted to thank everyone so much. It has truly been an honor to work with the amazing adults and students, because they have worked so hard and they have brought us so much honor and feeling of greatness within their intelligence and capability. And I'm hoping that they take this opportunity to improve themselves academically as well as socially, and to be able to be here is such an honor. Thanks again.
All right. Now, any of the students would like to say a few words? Some of what it was like to win the national awards and all?
Hello. Thank you so much for having us here. I'm truly grateful to be here. I did win the national award back in January, And it truly was a life-changing experience for me. I think it opened a lot of doors that I would not have had otherwise. And I'm truly grateful to be recognized by you. Truly, all of us are. Just this experience alone is very memorable and is truly a very big impact on our lives. And we're very excited to be here today. I hope one day that I could be working alongside all of you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Wow.
All right, anyone else?
Let's practice.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Lee. I am the team captain of the Pasco High School Speech and Debate team. And on behalf of my fellow team members, I would like to thank the Board of Commissioners for recognizing us and our achievements. And like Mr. Valdez said, when we first started this club, like last year in September of 2024, we didn't think we'd get this far. We didn't think we would have all the achievements, the wins, and all of that we've had over the past 2 school years, but under his leadership and his dedication, our club has grown. We've seen ourselves grown, and if anything, we owe all of our success to him, and Ms. Batchelor as well, and to all of our parents who have supported us, going to our competitions, driving us there, and alongside our administration for being really supportive of us as well. And yeah, thank you very much.
All right, and literally, we actually, there's a kind of a later schedule for us today, so if anyone wants to say anything else about their experience, come forward.
Hello, my name is Astor Ayala Perez, and in speech and debate, I compete in the impromptu speaking category. I used to be a person with such a limited voice, with such fear in my heart, and the way that joining this team, not only because my family recommended it, but because so many students and Mr. Valdez himself recommended it to me, they all saw my potential, they all saw the person that I could become, and through speech and debate, through speaking, using my voice, I've become an entirely different person who has so much more power, who has so many more opportunities. To say that I've been a part of this team has been one of the biggest blessings in my life. It's giving me friends, camaraderie, and just a way to be myself and use the power that I know I have. I'm entirely so grateful to be here with all of you, to be recognized. I never thought that I could be up here speaking to all of you. The opportunity is so great, the blessing is so immense, and I am so grateful to all of my teammates, to my coach, to my assistant coach, Ms. Batchelor, Mr. Valdez, all of you. I'm grateful to the Board of Commissioners. I wouldn't be here without the belief that you had in me, and truly, I am so grateful. Thank you.
Well, and before you go, I want you to all know, while the names were being called, he clapped quietly, but for all of you.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you took the step to get out of an uncomfortable situation to get in there and go do it. It's a big thing. Public speaking is the most difficult thing to do, the scariest thing to do. So to take this big step forward, I congratulate you and all of you for making that move and that step.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Oakley.
Okay. I'm, of course, a graduate of Pasco High School, so I'm definitely very proud of each and every one of you for what you've done. It's strange that I graduated in 1963, and as of this year, that's been 63 years since I graduated as a senior at Pasco High School. I'm very proud of what y'all have done, because the fact of it is, when I was a senior and junior and senior in high school, you wouldn't have found me on this debate team or speaking out in front of people, because I was very bashful. You can't believe that now, because these guys know I'm not bashful now. So, but it's pretty amazing what you develop and what y'all started in your future by being on this debate team. I'm very proud of you. I gave each one of them and their coaches one of my challenge coins for them to be challenged to continue the good works they've started and to continue that throughout their lives, to be better citizens in Pasco County and be our future leaders here in Pasco County. Don't say never of what possibilities are for you to do, because I'm telling you, it's amazing what you can do if you set your mind right to do the right thing. And I'm very, very proud of each and every one of you. So thank you.
Okay. And you wanted to say a few words too? Come on.
Hi, I'm Rachel Marie from this school. but I'm the secretary, and I'm a kind of talkative person, right? So normally I would talk in my classes and stuff, but this speech and debate team gave me a way to talk and like direct my speaking and get prizes and stuff. And I gained like a cool family from it, and I appreciate you guys for like recognizing us and what we're doing. So thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay.
I also want to add that just recently we achieved another milestone, and 3 of our students will be representing Pasco County and the state of Florida in the National Speech and Debate Tournament in Richmond, Virginia this summer. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Very good.
Anybody else want to speak?
Commissioner Waitman?
Like Commissioner Oakley, proud class of 2004, a mere 22 years ago. I think our saying was, you've seen the rest, now you've seen the best. And that was 22 years ago. But no, yeah, you're right. You said it. Public speaking is what, the #1 fear? One of the top fears of anybody in the whole world to do. And to accomplish the art of speaking, and not just speaking, but debate in front of your peers and supporting each other and going to compete is quite impressive. And you know, to show up from how you carry yourselves, how we see you standing here today, how you're dressed today, it shows your care. You're on the right track to have very successful lives and careers. So keep your head up, keep focused, keep working hard. Know that there's people here to always support you if you hit a little speed bump, and I wish you all the best. When I was there, the debate team, we didn't have a debate team, so it's fantastic to see the evolution of sport, if you will, come into Pasco High School, and very proud to be part of the red and black family. So I know there's a couple of orange and blacks out there in the crowd today. You can keep sitting down. Go Pirates.
All right, Commissioner Starkey.
Who's orange and black?
Zephyr Hills.
Zephyr Hills.
Oh. First of all, y'all look very professional. And congratulations to all of you. And just like I didn't know if Commissioner Waitman said he was a nervous speaker, but I can tell you, in college, when I had to publicly speak in front of my class to present my interior design boards, I literally was physically sick. I mean, I would miss class. It was very hard for me. When I had to first speak publicly as a school board member, my heart was just pounding out of my chest. So I don't think I would have even had the courage to join a debate club in high school, although I was never silent around the dinner table. But out in public, forget it. So I don't think you can really appreciate how far this skill is going to take you in life. So I'm just so proud of you all. I wish you all continued success. And, come back, and I'd love to know how this helps you in your later life. So if someone could keep us informed of what this class accomplishes, I'd love to know it. So congratulations.
Commissioner Yeager.
Okay, first of all, your stories gave me goosebumps. I love what this club has done for you guys. Second, do we have any future attorneys after being in the debate club? There we go.
Exactly. See, that's what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I also want to extend the invitation to you students that if you have any interest in local government and you would like to shadow one of us for the day, we would love to have you.
Absolutely.
So congratulations on your achievement, and I'm just really excited for you guys in such a short time span that you guys grew the club, and to win like that is just absolutely amazing. So congratulations.
And I think we signed 24 forms, but there's not 24 here, so not everyone's here today? Yeah, so it's even bigger than what you're seeing here today, everybody.
So,
I just wanted to say, we had 3 Cambridge students who were concerned about missing a test.
Oh.
And they asked us to please let you know that they wanted to be here, but that their parents said their academics came first.
Absolutely. Great job.
and I would just say Coach Fell does a great job with this. Anything you can do to improve your education is great. This is such a dynamic improvement. And there's actually 3 commissioners here that were very quiet and shy in high school that wouldn't have, if not doing it, would have been afraid to do it. So to have the courage to step up and do this, I salute you all for doing it. I think it is going to lead, as Commissioner Starkey says, great careers for all of you, and we wish you all the best.
I'm gonna
Because
go
there's so
down-
many.
I'm gonna go down and take a picture.
Yeah,
and
so with
y'all
so many,
stand up.
Commissioner Oakley will go down with you, hand draw all the resolutions. We're going to stay back up here just so we be a better part of the picture, but congratulations.
Commissioner Whitman should go too. He's alumni.
Huh? We're going to let the alumni come in, too.
You guys center up. You guys scoot over, or can you?
This way, yeah.
You're all on one side. There you go.
Jordy in the middle. Where's the orange and brown or blue? I don't see the Zephyr Hills in there. Oh, he knows someone that went there? Okay. He played football in high school. Orange. Oh, he went there? I guess you knew. That's my update. I'm gonna get to my issue in time.
Okay, resolution, RS3.
Resolution number 26-153, a resolution by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, declaring March 2nd through the 6th, 2026, as Newspaper in Education Week in Pasco County and commending the Tampa Bay Times for its participation in this program.
Can I stop for a second? Is anyone here from the Tempe Times? Please come forward. There you go. Thank you.
Whereas Newspapers in Education Week, an initiative of the American Press Institute, is an international program that encourages the use of the daily newspaper as an instructional classroom tool and is celebrated annually during the first full school week in March. And whereas for more than half a century, the Tampa Bay Times Newspaper in Education program has served Tampa Bay educators, students, and families by providing print and digital newspapers, award-winning original educational publications, teacher guides, lesson plans, educator workshops, and many more resources at no cost to schools, teachers, and families. And whereas during the 24-25 school year, Newspaper in Education provided more than 10 million e-newspaper licenses and almost 200,000 print copies of the Tampa Bay Times to classrooms across the Tampa Bay and served 772 educators at 453 schools in Citrus, Hernando, Hillsborough, Manatee, Pinellas, Polk, and Pasco counties. And whereas in 24-25, Newspaper in Education provided 34,776 print copies and 203,520 digital licenses to 69 teachers in 28 Pasco County schools. And whereas research shows that students using the newspaper as an educational resource score more highly on standardized tests, develop the habit of lifelong reading, and are more likely to become engaged citizens and regular voters. And whereas incorporating the Times into classroom instruction on a regular basis helps students develop daily reading habits that will carry with them throughout their lives. And whereas studying today's critical issues, events, and people helps students understand the past and see a role for themselves in the future. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, that said board hereby declares March 2nd through the 6th, 2026, as Newspaper in Education Week in Pasco County and commends the Tampa Bay Times for its participation in this program. Done and resolved in regular session with a quorum present voting this 10th day of March, 2026.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Commissioner Oakley?
Well, thank you for being here today with us, and I guess we use computers to read papers anymore. I'm so used to way back picking up the paper and seeing the pictures and all the things that we have in papers that say the news. I kind of miss that, really. So, but great work and great things that y'all are doing and keeping the news going in Pasco, and make sure it's a shame that we have to print all the bad stories at times, because things do happen, accidents and things carry on. But there's a lot of good things happening in Pasco County, and we're very appreciative of you reporting about all the things happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Waven?
Thank you for being here today.
Commissioner Starkey?
And I read the paper every day. Sometimes it's not, I don't make it on the date. I have to go back a few issues, but I listen to the news and I read the news. And so I'm grateful that we still have that ability to get news out from various sources. I don't know if people realize it, but my husband's family started the St. Pete Times when it was the Dunedin Evening Weekly or something, and they brought it to St. Pete and called it the St. Pete Times. So if you look inside, you'll see William Straub, and that was my husband's great-grandfather. So
That's cool.
congratulations.
Good. Commissioner Yeager?
So when I taught in River Ridge High School, I would use the newspaper and have the kids pick out current events, and it really educated them on things going around in the world, locally, and opened their mind. And the dialogue we had after they read the articles was really fascinating. So I'm super glad that you guys do that, and it really is helpful to the students. So thank you.
I'd like to thank you for being part of our education. It's very important for our kids, so thank you for always doing that. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. So on behalf of the teachers and students and families that we serve, thank you for your support. And the goal of newspaper and education is to build lifelong readers, critical thinkers, and informed and engaged citizens. We are proud to provide educational materials in print 2 days a week, and then online the rest of the week to Pasco County students and teachers. And in addition, we're honored to work with the Utilities and Solid Waste Departments to produce educational publications about water conservation and recycling for all of our Pasco County citizens. So thank you again for supporting our mission and for recognizing NIE Week 2026.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go down and take a picture.
Scoot like a half step though. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. All right, 3, 2, 1.
So now it's time for the consent agenda. On the pull sheet, I've got item C44. Are there any other items to be pulled for the consent? If not,
Seeing none, move approval of all other items on the consent agenda.
I'll second with a comment.
okay, go ahead.
I'm just glad to see that BMP 10 in the Duck Slough. Jack was around when we had all that going on. We're still working to see if we can improve that area in Thousand Oaks and Trinity Oaks. So we've got a $55,000 grant going to look at BMP 10 in Thousand Oaks. So
Such a big item for us, too, so, very good. All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, C44, Commissioner Waitman?
Hey, Chair, yeah, just similar to what just mentioned, excited to see Outlaw Ridge adding a nice piece of property, 68 acres, to the ELAMP list to expand the wildlife corridor and ecological corridor within the Wellfield area. So very grateful that they're willing to sell the remainder of their development to help this cause. And with that, I move approval.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Now we'll go to the regular agenda, R47.
Here, I feel like we need to lead this item with some music.
They're gonna get, no music set? Music. We do the battle of the bands without music yet?
Music to kick this item off.
I can only do so much. He's onto that with cannons. Good morning, Commissioners. Sean McGarvey, Libraries Director. I am joined today by some of the representatives from the county who have worked on this. If you will recall, a few sessions ago, you had asked to see the slate of events that we would be doing for the 250th Celebration of America. We're proud to stand before you and show you this. So I'll go over some of this in the slide deck. I would also like to thank some of the members of this team that are here today. One behind me, Elaine Smith. Second, Christina Cordone with Parks. Behind them, our city manager for Dade City as one of the members, and the Daughters of the American Revolution, who have been instrumental in helping put this on. So they told me you're not supposed to put a lot of words in PowerPoints, but they didn't say you can't put pictures with a lot of words in there. So what we plan to highlight in these events are fireworks. We plan to have a speaker series, as well as live music, food vendors, and games and prizes across all of them. These are all free to attend. Parking may be charged at certain locations depending on the location, but all events are free to the public to attend. So what we plan to do to advertise and get the word out: social media, local radio. Our website will be featuring these events starting actually as soon as this presentation is finished, and podcasts as well as physical media at all of the events leading up to the next events. We're going to kick off the events by starting with our library's Great American Farmers Market at Starkey Ranch. I'm very excited about this one. This is the first year we've ever participated. We plan to have many vendors as well as an entire agricultural theme, presentations from Cooperative Extension, as well as multiple vendors and more giveaways and prizes than I could shake a stick at. Secondly, we plan to do Starkey Ranch Family Day, which is our major Touch-a-Truck event with a special piece that has just come into this, which is we have just been notified that we will be one of the recipients of the Freedom Truck, which is a Institute of Museum and Library Science mobile museum celebrating America's birth. Yes, that is going to be stationed at our Family Day. We are one of 2 or 3 locations in the state of Florida that is hosting this. We're very excited about it. And then our Land O'Lakes Library will be having our America's Birthday Bash, which on July 1st, which will be vendors, games, food trucks, prizes, story times in that rec complex and library. So Parks and Recreation is putting on 2 major events. We are having the Great American Backyard Bash at Wesley Chapel Library with bands, food, District Park, sorry. It just opened. With bands and food and other amenities, as well as Scallop Fest at Sun West, 4th of July celebration. That's going to have fireworks, bands, and different booths across the board. We have been planning that with Commissioner Mariano and Sertoma. We're very excited about that one as well. The city of Zephyr Hills is holding 2 events and working with us. They're having their Kids Fest 250th celebration and their Summer Fest on June 27th. This is going to take place in Main Street and then Zephyr Park. They plan to have fireworks at these locations, or at one of these locations for the Summerfest. We are very excited to be working with them on this. The city of Newport Richey is holding their annual June 27th Red, White, and Blue Hometown Extravaganza. That is in Sims Park. It is a big thing they do every year. We are planning to advertise and work with them. They're working with us on this one. We're very excited about that. Dade City is doing an East Pasco Celebrates America's 250th birthday, and this one's going to be fun. So the Daughters of the American Revolution is planning to put on readings of the Declaration of Independence from the local school children, as well as having bands and contests, as well as a fife and drum corps in period costume. God help those people wearing wool in June or July. We're also going to have fireworks with them. This has been worked out today, that we'll be having fireworks nearby in Burks Park, and that will allow us to have two simultaneous events for Dade City. We thank the city manager and the team for working with us on that. We're also having a speaker series at our theater in Starkey Ranch. We are going to feature three major speakers who have spoken with us before, but have always been really amazing and kind of sum up a lot of the greatness of America. We are having Nicole Stott, who is a local astronaut. She lives in St. Pete. She's also an artist. She's the first one who ever painted in space, which is really amazing. Max Stone, who is a wildlife photographer and National Geographic explorer and author, as well as Connor Knighton, who is a CBS Sunday morning correspondent. Connor has visited every national park in America. He wrote a really amazing book about it. You'll see a theme that they're all authors at the library. And we are really excited to have all of these over the month of June. Following up is just basically this list of events. As you can see, we've pretty much stacked the deck starting in May, running all the way up to July 4th, where there will be two events, one on the east side and west side of the county, to make sure that we have fireworks across the board for all of us. I cannot thank, and we, the department, cannot thank enough the city of Zephyr Hills, Dade City, Newport Richey, Wesley Chapel, the DAR, the Friends of the Library who are helping sponsor a lot of this, Sertoma, the Sheriff's Office who has been helping us with lots of vehicles for touch-a-trucks and also security, as well as the county's Chief of Staff over there who has been instrumental in helping us put together the pieces for all of this. So with that presentation complete, are there any questions we can answer about current upcoming events?
Mr. Starkey.
I'm really glad that we got this going. And couple of questions. You know, we're an unincorporated county pretty much. We don't have the big cities. I love it in the cities when they put out the banners, you know, on Main Street and whatever, the little flags. Is it possible we could consider putting some flags on major intersections on some of the poles that commemorate?
I can speak to Road and Bridge about that, ma'am. I do not know the legality or rules on that, but I can get back to you.
But you can't do it from there. But I would love that ability to
As long as
celebrate
it's in
like
our
that.
right of way, I wouldn't see a problem with it.
You know, maybe, I know we can't line all the streets, but maybe some of our major intersections, we can celebrate them. It's a big deal, 250 years. I think we should put some flags out. Love that. And we should go ahead and put them out so everyone knows it's coming.
I'm Karen Gaskin. I am the chair of the Acabuxassa Chapter DAR America 250 Committee, and I live in Dade City, 37749 Palm Avenue. Anything else I'm supposed to do? You want my name, rank, and serial number, right? The Acabuxassa Chapter has sponsored 20 flags to be hung on the lampposts down Meridian Avenue in Dade City.
Yeah,
to
the cities
feature,
have it, but the county doesn't.
to feature our patriots as well as around the courthouse. We are working with the city and hopefully with the county to get flags and lamppost decorations for that as well. We have submitted a permit request to use the courthouse steps for our celebration on the 4th of July. So we intend to decorate all of that stuff.
And I'm sure, I would think Newport Richey is, I would think Zephyr Hills is, but we need to do something.
I will agree with that, and I think it's something we should probably not only do for this year, but for future years around the 4th of July anyway. I mean, we're a big veterans community.
Yeah.
We're very patriotic. I think it's something we can start this to be the trend, but I think, you know, especially our arterials coming in, maybe some certain areas like into the Newport Richey Government Center coming in, as well as around here especially, but I think it's definitely something, maybe Mike can put a plan together and bring something back for us. But I think it'd be a great way to do. What you've done here is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I greatly appreciate this is the third year of the Scholar Fest, so we had booked for the first time to do it right before in the start of the season. And in doing so, they said they wanted to do the 250th celebration, so I will say that we're still gonna be funding everything that we do out there, other than the fireworks, they're taking care of that in the team. So with that said, it's very inexpensive to add this into that mix, and we're very, very delighted. I think it's gonna be just phenomenal. We got beach volleyball, sand soccer. It's gonna be a phenomenal event out there.
I have an America 250 pin I'd like to give each of you, if that's
Oh,
okay.
I love that.
Love that, thank you.
Move to receive.
No, then it goes in the record.
Strike.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As for the banners on roadways, we will check with the county chief of staff and our road and bridge director and see what we can do.
And
ma'am.
certainly at every library.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Any thoughts, questions? Well, fantastic. Thank you very much, and, Elaine, thank you for closely what you do with the county, but working with Sertoma, they made the Scholar Fest happen, so their participation is great. And, matter of fact, in my committee reports, I'm going to talk about the steps to recovery. They're so close to opening that building up, it looks
Yeah,
phenomenal out
looking
there.
good.
So I
Yeah.
got some pictures I'll show on that, too. But
Commissioners.
thank you all very much, appreciate it.
Good day. Okay.
And now R48.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carrie Roberts, Purchasing Director for the county. Today, I'm here to ask for approval of the introduction of the ordinance amending the Pasco County Code of Ordinances, Chapter 2, Article 4, Division 2, Purchasing Ordinance of Pasco County, Florida, Purchasing Ordinance, and approve the advertisement of the ordinance for public hearing on March 24th, 2026 at the West Pasco Government Center Boardroom, 8731 Citizens Drive, Newport Richey, Florida, 34654 at 1:30 p.m. or sooner thereafter, as may be heard. Today, we're just asking for approval of the posting. We have the presentation. If you all would like to see it, I'm happy to go over those changes. If not, we just ask for approval of the posting.
Would the board like the presentation? No? I know we've been briefed on
No,
it, so.
no, yeah,
Okay.
good to go.
All right, we have a
Move to
motion.
approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Easiest one you ever did.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll go committee reports. Commissioner Oakley?
Yep. I guess we can put a picture of it. First thing is the graduation of students coming into our fire department. And I want to think there was 23, but there could have been one or two more there. So, but we've been hiring a lot of students and coming aboard and being a part of our fire department. It's very, very well run, and they really come in and they enter a brotherhood, sisterhood that they've never been a part of before. This one's been so great, and the people that we have in the fire departments, the men and women that work there and all, do great jobs. I always tell the story about the fact that back one time they had an emergency call for a gentleman that had a stroke or a heart attack, and he was out mowing the yard. They went and got him stable and got him to the hospital and all and everything, got him settled. Later on that day, that group of men and women went back out and finished mowing the yard for him.
I remember that.
It says just tons of kudos for all that brother and sisters of the fire department, what kind of people we have there and how they look after taking care of our citizens. So very, very important. And I'm very proud of that department. They're making great strides. They're increasing numbers quite a bit. I think there was three stations reopened, new stations reopened last year, and got, I think, two coming this year, 2 or 3 this year. So it's been a growing concern, and our citizens deserve the care we give them when they have an emergency, and we're able to take care of them. So the next thing was the topping off of the Advent Health in Zephyr Hills of a new medical office building just to the south side of the hospital itself there. We were there signing the beam that would be put up in the building, and really a great event, well attended by many, and just good things happening around Pasco County. There was another thing that, I was trying to think, that also, I attended I don't know if people realize it, but there was about 4 or 5 or maybe 6 different businesses here in town that had antique shops and things in the city, but they moved out to what was Big Lots at one time out at the shopping center out to the south of Dade City, and now they have a new antique mall there that has many, many vendors in there, and it's just amazing. You go to North Carolina, Georgia, other places, you see these big warehouses, and they've got all these different antiques and all in there. This is like that, and I thought it was very fascinating, very well done. If you get the chance, they're open 7 days a week. You get a chance, you need to go by there, spend a little time and look. You'll be very surprised at what the antique mall has in it in the Dade City area. Just something new that we've never had here before, and I think it's very well done by some of our local merchants here in town. So, let's see, I believe that's all I have. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Wayman.
Fantastic. I'd like to have a motion to waive fees, $400 permit fee, temporary permit fee for One Community Now for their Operation Stand Down. That's going to take place April 24th, 25th, largest event of the year, and the money is going to be at the Rotary Pavilion there, all 52, and PSA out there for the veterans. They can come and get their medical services, dental care, vision screenings, court assistant, housing resources, showers, haircuts, meals, and all the resources you need. And they reached out, and if we can help them by waiving the $400 fee and it can go towards the human cause there, I'd be grateful.
I second for waiving the fees.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Good, thank you. And then next, we had a wonderful Red Sand event here at the Historic Courthouse a couple weeks ago. I want to thank the Commission on Human Trafficking and Lori Bowman in our office and Kelly Sin and all of the vendors who came out for the event. Very, very well attended. And it was a very nice morning, great weather. And it was the tone was very positive. Sometimes these conversations can be kind of down and out. But this one wasn't. It was uplifting and inspiring, and just wanted to thank everybody. It was the first time we had one over here, so we're hopeful that it'll become a regular event. And then the remainder of my time, I guess, are we going to have a legislative conversation
I hope so.
today?
And I've got-
Yep.
All right, then that's the rest of my stuff.
Okay.
So we can wait. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Starkey.
Thank you, sir.
I got a number of things. The first thing I wanted to bring up, was not that. I'm not sure how many commissioners knew him, but staff certainly knew him. We had a gentleman named Matt Call, who, along with Dan Green, Reed. I can't remember Reed's last name right now. Were the actually boots on the ground developers of Starkey Ranch. And they did something very unique in the country. David Goldstein was very involved in it. They did a P4, and actually those guys agreed to maintain the district park for a number of years because we didn't have the money to do it. And Matt Call was instrumental in getting this all done. First, one of the maybe only P4 in the country. We think we were the first, right, David? And
Definitely the first in the state.
okay, definitely the first in the state. Well, sadly, Matt Call passed away this year from pancreatic cancer. And we would very much like to dedicate the park to him. We're not going to change the name of Starkey Ranch District Park, but we want to add a sign of the Matt Call Memorial Park to be placed at the park. I've talked to Parks, and they're 100% in support of this, and staff, so, but they said it needed to be passed and approval up here that we do this for the Call family. We'll have a ceremony when the sign is ready.
I move to approve that.
I can second that, right?
Yes, you can.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Thank you.
opposed?
I wasn't able to attend the meeting, but I meant to on the decubulus widening. And I understand there's some controversy about a light that we put there and it's going away, but that road needs to have a high level of functionality, and I support staff's plan 100%. But I do want to say that there was talks about the wall. There's a sound wall that may be going up on one of the sides, and someone called me and said that it may go up to 14 feet. I don't remember that in my meeting with staff, but I would not be in favor of a 14-foot high wall, 10-foot high, maybe, but 14, that's not going to be an attractive experience. And also, I personally think the wall needs to go right on the, we need to have enough room so that there is landscaping on the county side of the wall so that you're not driving in this very harsh environment down to Cubulus. So I know it's your district.
Yep, I was at the meeting.
Yeah, oh, you did go?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hopeful that we can work that out with the neighbors, that the wall is placed in the right place. And how was there much discussion on the wall? Because I hadn't heard anything.
The comments I got on the wall were if the residents were concerned if they didn't live in an HOA, that they would not have the wall. And there was one woman in particular who owned her property, and then she also owned the preschool. So therefore, the wall would start after that, because then there would be an HOA, and she really wanted the wall for safety, but she was told that they would not get a wall. So if you're in an HOA.
Why would we only put the wall where the HOA is?
That's what I was told at the meeting.
Probably. I mean, I have not been involved in the discussions, but it would sound like it would be a maintenance issue.
Sounds like a fairly hot topic. I was actually out on site with some friends of mine that lived out there, called me about the light and the wall, et cetera. And I don't think there is a need for the 14-foot wall or 18-foot, whatever the height would be. There's an existing wall that's out there in some areas. I think there's one area that should be extended out further for safety for people that are going to be there. And I think there's probably enough right-of-way that you can actually have it where you can have the wall, and if not room for the trail that's going to go right beside it, either on one side, but it have room for the other side. So there's a way to make it all work. And I think to keep the expense down, we should be using that tree mitigation fund to go pay for all the landscaping out there to keep the cost down. That could actually help fund the wall.
We definitely need to
And
put
that light,
trees
and
in front of it.
I think that light is not only good for safety, but for
The light has to
people
stay.
going around.
Yeah.
Just so many people be able to turn, make it easier. It's a traffic calming device as well, which is not a bad thing either. So I think it's something, those things there. I'm glad you guys are on top, because
Honestly, the light is super quick, the way the county has it timed.
yeah.
For those residents, very quick. So, and we've had nothing but positive feedback, and people are happy that, the light is saving lives, so.
Okay.
But is the light, I thought, why was the reason that they were going to take the light out? Because I think they were putting you had to go up.
I think it's because there's a roundabout, you have to make a right out of the neighborhood.
You couldn't go
and then you
left.
make a roundabout and turn around.
No, I don't think there was a roundabout at the light. There's one down the road.
Down the road, that's
Yeah.
correct.
But you would not be able to make a left
It would
out
be a
of.
right out, roundabout to go left.
Yeah.
This will allow people to
Well-
turn left in, left out.
Actually-
It frees up the traffic better.
And maybe it helps the kids who live in that neighborhood get out, because the trail's going to be on the south side of the road. And if they're riding their bikes to school, then they can cross over the road there to get on the trail. So, I don't, oh, someone's putting it up? There's the light down there, where that green dot is, right? I just got stopped by that this morning.
Now, so you got all those homes now can go either way, which is what you want. If you want to go out to Ridge Road, the extension, or you're going to come back into Little Road, either way, it frees up everybody to go there instead of going up and around. And I assume you go up and around, all these U-turns you got to make, you're going to back up traffic anyway.
Well,
So might
I
as well
think
have
we
the
just
light.
got to make it a real quick light.
It is
Yeah, real
super quick right now.
Okay, so those are my thoughts on that. I did a bike ride with some staff and some engineers in Starkey Ranch to show them how neighborhoods should be connected. And And I gotta tell you, the engineers had their eyes opened because we haven't had a neighborhood that's been designed like that. And I learned, because one of the engineers who worked on Starkey Ranch was on the bike tour, and he said they started with the bike trails and then planned the rest of the community. But they did a hub and spoke of trails that would connect all of them to the school and the park and the main trail, and then plan the community. So it was very good. I'm gonna keep doing those. I had the Metro guys out. I'm gonna keep educating our people. Okay, so now you can show the Germany one. So this was a huge shock. You don't have to show the pictures, but I was asked to go down to an event in Tampa. I wondered why my husband was going with me, because usually I have to twist his arm to go somewhere with me. And turns out I got this award from the ambassador of Germany to the U.S. They give out like 3 a year in the whole world. And though it came to me, and for a lot of my work in AMSCOs, it really is for our county because of our good relationship with Germany and all the work that we do with them and trying to bring their businesses over here. So that was pretty amazing. I didn't wear my German pin. They gave me a very special pin and a very special challenge coin. So it says, the Federal Republic of Germany German-American Friendship Award is presented to Catherine Starkey in recognition of your efforts on behalf of German-American relations and in recognition of your endeavors in fostering and sustaining friendship between the Federal Republic of Germany and the United States of America. So that was cool for us.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we do need to go and meet the new mayor, or whatever his title is, her title is, in Gemmersheim, to keep up that relationship up and get our young coworkers switching again. We don't want that to die. All right, I went to NACO in Washington, D.C. with Jack, and Mr. Carballo was there. You're going to talk about some of the updates, or, because you just had a call yesterday, so I can leave that for you when you.
Yeah, I can have that. I can have the discussion.
But we visited our delegation. I didn't make it to Ashley's. I had a flight that morning. But all in all, I thought our lobbyists did a better job this year than last year. I do believe we got some traction on some of our key issues. And when Ralph, I'm going to talk about this for a second. When I went into one of the meetings, so Manatee is also represented by Ballard, and we went into a meeting with Senator Scott's office with this packet that I've given you guys. And I want to learn from their little packet here because, and Ralph, I have one here for you and anyone else who wants one, but one to the clerk? Okay. I thought this was very smart how they were doing this. And I think when you leave this behind, it really sends a good message. I especially want to point you to the North-South Gateway Greenway Trail. It's coming from their Public Works Department. The total project cost is $6 million, and their funding request is $6 million. $3 million, I thought this was very smart, $3 million in '27 and $3 million in '28. So this is actually an earmark they're going for, but they're looking for their senators to support their earmarks that are coming through the House. And then they have another trail one over here, the Sun Trail Shared Use Non-Motorized Trail. And again, another $2 million grant they're asking for from their legislators. Congressman's the one that's retiring, that has the car dealership. Buchanan. One of the interesting ones in here is, look at the first one, Veterans Resource Hub and Memorial Park, $40 million. So it looked like a nice project, actually. And then they've got some FEMA efforts, and there's talk about supporting some of the bills that are working its way through. So then they put some of the NACO policies that are important to them. So I kind of want to look at this for us for next year. I have the official one here. but I was impressed with their presentation. Each one of their commissioners took a subject and talked about it, and they had 4 or 5 of their commissioners there. So I encourage my fellow commissioners to go to Washington, D.C. and join us. I had a TOLC meeting. This is the Trinity Odessa Leadership Council meeting. It was so well received. We had a little tag team. It worked out great. Chase went first and talked about the motorized bikes that are terrorizing the neighborhoods. And the neighborhood was complaining about ATVs with those little tubes that when you go in the water, I don't know what you call those, snuba or snorkels. Apparently, parents have bought the kids in the area those kind of vehicles, and they're going in the retention ponds off of Starkey Boulevard. And wouldn't you know, as I'm driving to the meeting and I'm hearing this, I went to the wrong location, so it started without me, and I'm listening. I see one being pulled out of the water off of Starkey Boulevard. And yesterday, driving home, I saw 2 of them in the ponds, and they're longleaf ponds, and they said they're tearing up their ponds, but they're young kids who don't even have driver's license, driving ATVs in the stormwater ponds off of Starkey Boulevard. We had Tania and David Engel speaking, and we talked about the MPO and the merger, and so that went very well. Thank you to the staff that came. Commissioner Mariano was able to attend my son-in-law's pinning ceremony. That was pretty cool.
Very impressive.
Yeah. So, turns out the general who was supposed to put that bird, I guess it's called a bird, I don't know, the metal bird, on him, that day had to cancel to say, something's going on and I can't make it. Turns out he's kind of in charge of the Iran war and the logistics of it. And then number 2 also was very involved in what was going on in Iran. And number 3, Colonel Hopkins, he's the one who runs MacDill, but he came up and stood in for the general, and I don't even remember who number 2 was, but so thank you for coming. And
It was an honor.
yeah,
It was a really, really great celebration. What a great young man.
Yeah, he is. He's. I didn't know all those number 1s.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This
And then I got the story on the number 2. The colonel ahead of him, he had been stationed there for 2 years, so they felt they kind of need to give him that number 1. And Tino is the one who organized our tour of the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. We weren't allowed to take pictures of that. And then I also had the Harbor South Leadership Council meeting, and I want to thank staff for joining us there. That is the one that we do with the folks over on the coastal side. So I had Kelly Sin there. I'd never had her present before. None of us on the panel had ever really heard what she does and what her organization does, and she just did a great job. We're going to have her at our Starkey Ranch one, our Trinity Odessa. So I think that's it for me. Yeah.
Yeager.
So we had our pop-up pantry at Moon Lake. We were so thankful the weather cleared up. It was pouring, raining, dark, lightning, and everyone was messaging us, is it still happening? And we're like, we're gonna wait it out, and I'm very thankful for that. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office, they are always come out and support us, and this time we put them to work, so. And you know, everybody really feels a lot safer, the people coming to the pantry with them out there, especially after what happened in Moon Lake yesterday. So, and we're just praying for that officer, that he heals quickly, and he gets, We were able to serve 236 people, and those 2 little muffins, I'm on the board of the Early Learning Coalition, so I had books in my trunk, so we got to have a little story time. All right, so next slide. We had, thank you to Dominic for his help. Our seniors were in need of some supplies for our senior store. And just a shout out, donations are always welcome.
Is this at Elfers?
This is at Elfers, yep.
Okay.
And this is our storage unit We donate clothes, socks, blood pressure cuffs, vitamins, puzzles, whatever we get in. They're very thankful for that. All right, next slide. So just a shout out to Fire Station 15. We had a constituent that was their child is special needs, and he really wanted to go to a fire station. So they arranged it last minute, and he had the best time. So thank you to Fire Station 15. They just gave him the VIP tour. He was so excited. All right, next slide. So I could not go to your,
Yeah,
because I
I
had.
hope it didn't rain. Well, it
Yeah,
looks like it was
well,
raining for us.
we had Friday night. Friday night it was storming, and that was the event, and then this was the next day. So this is the Sprouts Horizon Sports Park. I'm going to take Keith there on a field trip.
Very cool.
So it is a premier youth sports campus. It has 6 baseball and softball fields, and they're all modeled after Florida Major League Baseball spring training venues. It has a turf soccer field. It has a playground. The Lightning donated a hockey rink. It has a concession stand, and it's really neat. Like, you can get jerk chicken salad with salad. The menu is amazing. They have state-of-the-art technology, so behind home plate, they don't need an umpire. So it will call balls and strikes. So when the parents get heated during games, they can't yell at the umpire. So, yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. So I look forward to taking some of the
Did
county
they get an
staff.
appropriation for some of
Yeah,
that?
they did, yep. And then the city of Pinellas Park also put money towards the park. So it was $26 million for that facility.
Wow.
Yep, but it's really pretty. And that's all I have for my committee reports.
Okay. I see Ralph Lair out there, so Ralph, maybe step forward, we'll start talking. The legislative.
Good morning, Ralph Lair, Intergovernmental Affairs Officer. So I'm going to give you an update on what's going on at the state and federal. Let's start with the state first. So we're in our final week of session. They'll sine die on Friday. As of today, 60 bills have passed both chambers. This is the smallest amount of bills passed by a legislative session. As far as the budget is at a standstill. The plan is to sine die on Friday and come back after April and start again on the budget. So going into the conference, which never happened, the House and Senate passed out their budgets. We had 1 project in the House, 4 projects placeholders in the Senate. You might as well say it's going to start from scratch after we come back from Easter. They'll probably work on it and make those discussions back and forth before they come back for conferencing. Good thing is I guess when they do pass a budget, the governor won't have that much time to act on it, so he'll have to move quickly on putting out any vetoes. What we do have to watch out for is there's some bad legislation that will impact the local governments that is moving through. We have sovereign immunity is being addressed today. That's one that they've held off for years on, but it looks like they may bring that in for a landing and raising the amounts that people can sue their local governments and how much will be paid out. But we'll see how that plays out. Some land development bills, some building permit bills moving through. So there's still some stuff that could impact us at the end of the day. But by Friday, we'll have a better understanding. I'll give you an update on what bills actually did pass, and we'll go to the governor. State level, or federal level. Federal level, we had some great meeting. We had a great meeting on Friday with staff. Did you want to talk about that one? So our lobbyist was able to set up a meeting with HUD, and then we had Kathy Pearson and some of her team members there. We had Chuck Lane from community, from Office of Disaster Recovery and Resources and Community Development, Mary Thuryoung, as well on the call. We were able to talk about CDBG, DR, and the income requirements. I know that was a concern with you. And we also talked about the universal notice and using the DR funds for EOC. Very positive from the staff person on those two issues. Possible waivers that we're going to look at, which was good to hear. And then we talked about the residency requirements on the HUD and the what do we say? Section 8 housing, the Section 8 housing. We're going to probably follow up, probably get another staff person at HUD to talk with us on that issue. And then go ahead.
If I can say something
Yeah.
about that. You know, when we talked to our congressional delegation, and I'll never forget, when we came out of my meeting and you were there, and we were talking to the deputy director of HUD, and the commissioner from LA County, has Altadena. She's a big deal. Catherine Barker is standing there because she wanted to talk to him too. And I'm explaining what's going on with these Section 8 vouchers. She had no idea. I'm telling you, these commissioners across the country have no idea this is going on because that's not something we control. And so if we're not asking the questions like we did, they have no idea. I've never found anyone who knew what was going on with this local preference and who's actually getting your vouchers and the whole thing. So the deputy director did not know. Did the people on your call, the person you talked to, know? Unless they've been briefed, because we've been raising the gong up there.
I don't think that they actually conveyed a knowledge of it, because the way we explained it to them was talking about the prioritization before we randomly select those who would be on vouchers. And so it was something he was going to look into and talk. So it's, to your point.
Yeah.
It's little known.
Yeah, and we also did the Davis-Bacon to everybody that we could. Okay, go ahead, Ralph.
Ballard Partners is going to be setting up a meeting and probably next week with staff for us to talk with Army Corps of Engineers. So we have a couple of issues that we want to discuss with them about. We're going to bring up the Four Rivers reauthorization project that we've been working on, trying to bring that in for landing, see where they are on that. We want to talk about Maggie Valley, some issues that we have over there with some permitting, and also on our sediment removal. So we'll have a good conversation with them, and hopefully we'll get some positive feedback from them. As you know, Army Corps of Engineers is a agency that moves very slowly. So
On the Army Corps, Jack, because I know you deal a lot with them, we need to add the new boat ramps at Anclote River Park, because that's holding up our park remodel. We're trying to make that safer and expand it a little bit, and it's slowing up everything. Thank you.
So one thing with that, as far as Army Corps of Engineers, Jason, you can nod from there. We have signed up with Dawson Associates. So Dawson Associates is one that helped us get Ridge Road done. And SunWest also have just put a request in for us to go work to jointly go get that channel permitted again. You may recall we had it approved through the Florida DEP, cabinet approval, and then it got stuck in the Army Corps. And they were crazy what they were doing, the bureaucrats. So we're going to work with them now and try to get those done so we can work on that as well.
So then the final thing I wanted to bring up is last week we had to submit projects for consideration to our congressional members for community funding requests. Congress works a little different. They just completed the 26 budget, and we got some items in there. We got notification that they needed the request back while we were in Washington. So worked with staff on that since we did not have any, until after the fact, this meeting today, where we couldn't vet all the projects review, but I discussed them with some of you all about what projects we move forward. These are projects that are already on the list in our departments. So staff worked diligently and got back projects that we could submit that are aligned with issues that you want to address. So this year, for the 27, we submitted for consideration to Congresswoman Lee, Curly Road sidewalk for $1.5 million, Zephyr Creek Phase 2, $7 million, a fire station 31, $7.5 million, and another sidewalk in her district, Brinson Road sidewalk for $800,000. Hopefully, we'll find out this week what projects she will choose. Same way with Congressman Bilirakis. We submit them, and then they vet them. Good thing is our congressional members now get 20 ask instead of 15. So
Is that 20 per county or 20 total?
20 total for them, total. So that means
Because Bilirakis
Gus has 3 counties.
Fernando's.
Correct. And what we have to realize with the federal, they no longer do direct allocations to nonprofits. They have to go through counties, the county they're in, for pass-through. So with Congressman Bilirakis' office, we submitted the Parkway Boulevard sidewalk for $4 million. Sea Pine Septic to Sewer, that was a project we had in the state level, but was not picked up for their budget consideration this year. So we put that in for $6.5 million. An emergency vehicle driving simulator for the fire rescue for $350,000. And we were asked by Congressman Bilirakis' office to put in 3 additional projects for nonprofits. Vincent House, Pasco member housing, $1.5 million. The Spiros campus stormwater treatment and reuse infrastructure for $3 million. And then a project for AmSkills for the workforce capacity building initiative for $451,718. Again, we will probably hear back from the congressman and congresswoman this week on what projects they do move forward on. So that's what we will.
Which was the first one, the Parkway Boulevard?
Parkway Boulevard.
What's Parkway?
Hold on.
Pondview Middle and Elementary.
And again, it's near the elementary school over in that area.
It's called Parkway, the name of the road?
To get there, it's the most dangerous route of all those, number 1 on the school district's list. We captured some state funding from Steel in 22. We have a vendor now, and there's another segment. So it's the most.
It's near the Pineview Middle School over in Lane Lakes.
Okay.
It'll help 2 schools.
I didn't know where Park.
Yeah.
North of Collier.
So, we have a lot of those sidewalks that we work with the schools, and they pick the ones that are the most dangerous on the list, and we start working down the list. We've been very successful at the state and the federal level when it comes to Safe Streets to Schools projects. So we have 2 of those, one in Lee, one in Bilirakis, and then we have an additional sidewalk, not really a safe route to school, but it was submitted as well in Lee's district. And that's where we are at.
And if I could, I want to talk just a bit about the great work that the team did while I was up there. As I sit in the Transportation Committee, a gentleman who used to work on the Trump organization was back with him again. Another lady who hadn't worked with him was there as well. And so Department of Transportation did a presentation. They talked about the safety of overpasses, et cetera. Now, I know we've all been briefed on Ridge Road, the extra expenses going on, the negotiation with CSX finally over, but it was like his hot topic was that. And he kept on talking through that thing, how we'll make everything safer. So as we got a little bit through, they talked about a build grant, there's a Chrissy grant, and the build grants were ending Tuesday, 5 o'clock. It's on Saturday now, Saturday morning. Build grants were ending Tuesday. It was like, the CSX bridge was like the perfect thing to go apply for, especially with this guy pushing that thing to get forward. The other thing was, as far as like safety and road projects, was County Line Road. So it happened to be the Hernando Government Affairs person was there, talked with her, and I didn't have time to coordinate between the two of us, but got with the team. So Branford, Panos did a phenomenal job. They worked from that moment on Saturday through
That was
Tuesday to get it
working the
done.
phone.
To get it done. And Mike, you were very helpful to try to letting them know how important this was. It wasn't just a commissioner talking, but you were fully versed by being there, so thank you for that. And those guys got that project done and submitted, both of them, by 5 o'clock. This could be a $25 million grant apiece that we get, and they both really align very well, especially one with two counties, one with the overpass. So I want to say you guys did a phenomenal job. I really appreciate it, and great work on that. One of the things we did talk about, you talk about Davis-Bacon, we did talk with Department of Labor the last day I was there, and we talked with them about it, and they didn't understand a lot of Davis-Bacon, how it affects everything as well. They can actually take a look at that. They were supportive to actually take a look at it. If we get their support, that's going to be, I think, go a long way to getting that through. So all that said, I think, you know, our lobbyists did a good job setting up for us. I think we do better. I do think we've got to go look at this manatee thing. This is a great tool. Thank you for bringing this forward.
Oh, thank
This
you.
is just a nice
Yeah.
thing you can look at later, because you know what, this is it.
Yeah.
The picture, the verbiage, all tying
Yeah.
together as opposed to just on a sheet. I think it's
Yeah,
going
I
to be
thought
the
it
way
was
to go.
worth passing out, yeah.
Yeah. But thank you for helping out with everything. Ralph coordinating with them, and I know it's a little hectic when you're up there trying to get it, but we do want to go up there again, which I do plan to go, and we'll have more time to just do that. It'll be easier to meet with people instead of when the rush, everyone else is there too, especially with the senators. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Anything else?
Anything else? Did you have a question about state, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this next reiteration of Live Local 4.0, where are they at with this?
So Live Local, on the House side, they're taking away our opt-out provision that we worked so hard on through the years. I gotta applaud David Goldstein for all the work he's done on the years on this issue. But now they want to pull that out. The Senate has a less restrictive measure, but they want to change the housing report that we use to for the data to opt out. Move from 3 years to 1 year. That won't impact us as much as some other counties, but there is a provision in the, David, I'm going to turn to you on that one, in the Senate bill that's going to be an issue, a problem that we have to deal with. But at the end of the day, how if they eliminate opt-out completely, or if they just do the softer approach on the Senate, don't know how it's going to end up, but I think they would.
But it
that's not what
doesn't sound like this bill's evolving by the session.
It is.
And we're getting smoke, a lot of smoke and mirrors coming out of that crew up there.
So are you asking about the tax part of it, or are you asking
The
about?
whole thing, I mean, you're in the fourth reiteration of it, and it's getting worse. And in fact, it's expanding the preemption clauses.
So it is getting worse. It's hard to follow which version is getting through. I would say that in general, every version I've seen, the House version is worse than every version I've seen than the Senate version. I can't predict for you which version is going to pass because the two versions are so different between the House and the Senate, both on the tax side and on the land use side. On the tax side, the House, as Ralph said, on the tax side, the House version completely removes the opt-out. Senate version doesn't remove the opt-out, but it creates some exceptions that makes the opt-out more difficult for us, but it doesn't remove it. Land use side, the Senate, it does create an additional preemption for property owned by counties, cities.
Yeah, it can be developed instead of
Yes,
what we
but
purchased it for.
it says that we have to be the applicant for it, so that seems like that would be unlikely to be used. The House version is a little worse. It doesn't necessarily require that. So I can't tell you which, the problem is, I don't know which version might get adopted, because when they have competing versions, then it becomes a negotiation at the end of the process, and I don't know which version will end up getting through. So I can't tell you where it's going to land.
Well, bottom line is,
But they're both bad, if that's
I
your
don't
question.
believe that the legislature is truly going to back off of this legislation. It's seemingly going to keep evolving and become worse under the premise of affordable housing, which to me is just a buzzword. I appreciate what Hillsborough County's doing. I'm ready to challenge the constitutionality of this bill because there's seemingly not an appetite to really retool it. And I think it'll cause generational travesties across the state. I think it's a job killer. All the work that comp plans and land development code updates that cities and counties do across this state to try to create atmospheres for employment and jobs and expand their tax base to be eroded away by discounted apartments littered across our state that benefits private sector, investment funds, corporations, you name it, in-state, out-of-state, out-of-country, is egregious to me. And, my feelings towards this bill have just steadily gotten worse over the last number of years. And like I said, I'd be willing to, if we could get this piece of legislation fixed, I'd be willing to forego any appropriation for the next 10 years because that's how strongly I feel that this piece of legislation is that bad. So just my thoughts on it, and thank you, Chair.
And I tell you, Seth, I appreciate your passion with this every step of the way. It's helped quite a bit. And David, what you've done up there has been great to educate people. Across the board, in fact, they all appreciate the efforts. It affects everybody differently, but it just, as you just touch on, it just is so amazing to me looking at what happened like Seminole County. They brought all these apartments in, turned Democratic. Lee Constantine talks about it all the time. Why I have a Republican group up there that wants to put these things forward, I don't know. Anybody with a family that wants to have anything with parks and libraries and quality of life, I don't know. When you've got to deal with all the traffic we got, and to bring more in and encourage them, and then takes away your tax base on top of that, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I hope they just keep fighting up there and just nothing gets done.
May I make a couple comments? One is that I'm cautiously optimistic that next year will be better because I believe that the sponsor of Live Local will no longer be in the legislature anymore. So maybe we'll get some changes next session. I'm hopeful.
Too late. It's too far baked. 3 sessions in a row and it's evolving. I don't believe it. We have to start protecting our own.
I guess we'll see next session. The only comment about the lawsuit from Hillsborough, and I've been in direct communication with them, is that I think they may be revisiting their strategy a little bit because of the lawsuits under Senate Bill 180. Some of them got dismissed when they sued the state, and so they may be revisiting their strategy. They may still be suing. I'm just not sure they're going to be suing the state. So
Which Senate Bill 180, the Live Local Senate Bill, or the one that took away our?
Senate Bill 180 is the hurricane one that
Yeah.
took away our authority. So those lawsuits were filed by a number of cities and counties, and some of them were dismissed based on standing grounds and other reasons. And so Hillsborough is reevaluating their strategy based on the outcome of that case. So I don't want to get into the nuances of it, but I'm just saying that I've never been convinced that suing the state is the best way to handle those lawsuits. I agree with the strategy of suing. I've always thought the best way of handling lawsuits is individual lawsuits against a Live Local developer, somebody who actually comes into our county and tries to use Live Local in our county, as opposed to suing the state of Florida. And I'm still convinced, especially after seeing the results of the Senate Bill 180 litigation, that that's the best way of handling it. So I still think that's my recommendation to you, is that we handle it the way we're currently handling it, on a case-by-case basis, as opposed to suing the state. And even if we lose our opt-out, and hopefully we don't, we have later on today, we still have, that's on our agenda to continue to opt out. My recommendation would be that we sue on a project-by-project basis, not sue the state.
Can I say
Mr.
that?
Starkey.
That I had a conversation with one of our legislators, who I won't name, And, they're getting information in Tallahassee about housing shortages and affordability. And so that was the reason why they were thinking that Live Local may be a good thing. So I said, well, it might be in some counties, but you need to look at the numbers in our county. And I sent this person, the Schimberg, the 2 reports that you sent me. I
Yes.
forwarded them on. But, maybe we need to be sure we're telling our story about the numbers in our county versus developers who are trying to get a project done in Broward County or Miami-Dade, telling our guys, their story. Because what may be happening down there is not what's happening here. And, when it's redevelopment, that's a different issue. But we got greenfields that they're trying to take away. And that's just goes flat against what this state's trying to do, bring in high-quality jobs. On the Senate Bill 180, the new one, is this still keeping us from adopting our comp plan? Because we should have been through it now, all our changes.
So we're looking into that issue. The city of Ocoee actually sued the Department of Commerce. They lost, but it appears that the city of Ocoee determined that their comp plan, even though they lost, they lost the battle, but they may have won the war in the sense that it appears they've determined that their comp plan was effective because the Department of Commerce didn't have jurisdiction to find their comp plan was not valid. So we're investigating that. We may in fact be able to adopt our comp plan on the basis that the Department of Commerce does not have jurisdiction to make that determination, but we're still investigating that.
I would like to go ahead and adopt our comp plan, and if someone doesn't like what we're putting in, bring it on,
That's effectively what the city of Ocoee's position has been. But
We're still having hearings before the planning commission on the comp plan. It's
yeah, we're not anywhere close to adopting our comp plan, to be clear.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No, we're not,
Holy cow.
the LPA hasn't even considered, I'd say, half of the comp plan so far.
Did they stop working on it?
It's not that they stopped working on it, staff has not presented half of the comp plan to the LPA. Like the entire future land use element has not been presented to the LPA yet.
And why?
I
I
understand.
thought we were adopting this in the fall.
That's a question.
That's a question.
All right,
for
here comes Mr.
Engel.
Engel, who was not the one speaking to my group, it was Mr. Cronin. And my staff said I said David Engel, so I apologize. He's coming up at a future meeting.
Hey, how are you? David Engel, Planning and Economic Development Director. So we had a voluminous interaction with the LPA on the initial elements or chapters. And it took up so much of their time, they asked us to ease off a little bit, so we took a pause. We are finalizing the most important component of the comp plan draft, which is your land use element, which we called Pasco Grows. And we will be releasing and presenting our draft to the LPA within weeks. And our schedule is to, once we get through that, we're going to bring it to the board and sit down and have one-on-ones and a workshop. We have a May workshop set up to review Pasco 2050 with the board, so we'll have some major findings for you, and we'll have an open discussion. And we're targeting adoption summer into Labor Day.
Okay.
Just checking my schedule. No, that's March, okay.
I mean, we do have a comp plan that's in place too, so even that alone should be enough protection for us. The new changes may be an issue depending on what it's get adopted, whatever happens, but we do have something in place that we can fall back on.
That's right, sir. We still, govern the roost by Pasco 2025, but we have made some recent amendments to the comp plan, and SB 180 kind of puts them out there, and we'll see how it goes.
Commissioner Waitman.
Thank you, Chair. So I guess question for three of you. So I was reading about Mazzullo's bill.
I'm sorry, which bill?
Ralph Mazzullo's bill 9-1 had just passed. He did a social media post on it. That bill, along with, and that dealt with staff time and expediting processes and everything that's going to impact David's department and JP and his team and probably county attorney. So between that bill, and then which other preemption bills, land use preemption bills have legs in Tallahassee right now? They're all under affordable housing,
Yeah, they're all under affordable housing, you're correct there.
aside from Live Local. I mean,
I
this
think
is
it's like
just
a total of 2 that still have some legs, but again, don't know. More than likely, they're going to bat back, and if they end up going back and forth because of having differences, they'll die in the end. So I really don't want to, say, let's.
So the bill that I'm
Get
curious
fear.
about,
Of course, my computer shuts
Qualified
down when you all
contractors
start.
bill.
maybe 9 something, I think the number is. And my concern was, we set budgets, and then if it conflates staff time and cost, let me try to find it.
Hold on, give me just a second and I'll pull it up for you. Masulo. Regulation of, no, that's not it. It's
48 and 490? Wait, hold on.
public, that's public records. No, I don't see one where he actually has that's impacting us.
Dave's got one that, he had one early in the session called qualified contractors that was shot clocks and,
It was aspirational. I don't know how any city or county could comply.
And then I have a question on Blue Ribbon. Did that die?
927.
Oh, it's still alive.
927.
927?
Yes.
Friday, we thought that was dying.
Requiring certain counties or municipalities to establish development pre-app consultation service program, establishing a framework for qualified contractors to assist with pre-app consultation and technical review of certain development approvals, requires local governments to maintain registry of qualified contractors or firms, to supplement staff review resource, and allows applicants to select their own qualified contractor, but there's more into it. It's local land planning and development. I mean, that could really put a hole in so many processes in trying to figure out how to become compliant. County attorney time, your team.
There we go. Oh, the qualified contractors is the bill that he has. Yeah, 1138 is Masulo.
That's the number?
And in the House, it's.
House Bill 927.
Yeah, 927 by SAP. So where we are on that one now is. It's enrolled as passed. That one did pass.
I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's going to the governor.
Yeah, we need
It's
to
one of the 60
understand
bills
it.
that passed.
Because there's a lot buried in there that's going to impact how staff's going to operate, how county attorney's team operates. And I'm sure there's an unanticipated cost associated with it. There always are. I hope not, but anyway, that's one.
It's using third-party consultants. They've tried this in the past, and staff has been monitoring. JP's group has been monitoring that. So.
Good stuff.
Ms. Stuckey?
No, I want to ask about the Blue Ribbon, because on Friday, on the FAC Legislative Executive Committee call, they thought maybe it was going away.
It's one of those where, that one's one where it's getting back and forth, bouncing back and forth because of changes. So it's not officially, nothing's officially dead until Friday. But it has not passed both chambers as of yet.
So y'all need to, I don't know where, it came up in some social media feed that I got, of a public meeting in Vero Beach of something called an epic city. Are you familiar with any of this? I just Googled it. They're having problems with this in Texas. It has to do with, yeah, I'm probably going to be quoted in the paper on this one. Okay, but it has to do with a Muslim community coming in and setting up a community within your community. And they, you know, they're doing the call to prayer, and they're doing all these things, and they are kind of usurping local jurisdictions. And I don't, that blue ribbon bill really, you know, when you start taking away local control of anything, God knows what you're gonna get. And then you don't have any ability. I just think it's opening a Pandora's box, and I would have you go do a little research on that. I just started just a second ago, just looking at it, but, you know, the blue ribbon bill is the one that if you have 10,000 acres contiguous.
I think it dropped to 5,000. Didn't it drop the acreage?
Okay, even worse.
Yeah, I know.
Because
So-
then more counties can do it.
So just so you know where the status of it is, so it was on the third reading today in the Senate. It was TP'd. Don't know
That means
when.
dead?
It means it's dead right now on the floor until they can address the concerns that they
Oh,
have.
not TP'd or temporarily postponed?
Temporarily postponed.
Not
TP'd the same
temporarily
thing. No, temporarily
Okay.
postponed.
Passed off the
Yeah.
docket.
So,
okay.
so fingers crossed.
Because
Stays
what I heard on
TP'd.
our call Friday was it still was like this. You can put you know, you have to save 50 or 60% of it in conservation, which includes the stormwater ponds, and God knows what else, by the way, in one county, and the development in another. And you have no say on what goes in there or the densities. And then, are there schools? Are there fire stations? Do they have utilities? Do they have roads? I mean, supposedly some hedge fund guy in New York has bought up a bunch of property in the Panhandle and is pushing this through. That's what the story we're getting.
So brief summary, permits up to 40% of the property for development, allowing compact, mixed-use, walkable communities with a maximum of 12 residential units per gross acre and 85% impervious surface ratio for non-residential uses. Requires at least 20% of residential units to be affordable housing, missing middle housing or housing for Florida Homeowners Heroes Program. Establishes a long-term vested development rights of 50 years, extendable by 25 years if half the development area is built within the initial time period. Mandates a blue ribbon plan detailing land use allocations, phasing, and environmental conservation, which once approved by a local government, presumes consistency with comprehensive plans, allows recorded plans to operate in lieu of existing plan and zoning requirements with limited review for any amendments, and offers an appeals process for both denial and approval decisions.
Tough. It's another multifamily bill.
Ralph,
I like the walkable. I like that part of it.
Ralph, let me ask a question. How long did they take the Sadowski funds and not put money into affordable housing? How many years was that?
3 years, I think they did that.
No.
No, longer than that. It was at least 10.
Yeah.
Yep,
They were
sorry.
sweeping it every year.
Yeah, they
Every
did,
single
and have they put it back in? No, it's every year, it's always
Well,
up.
the first year they passed it, they
Yeah.
put some money into it.
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
But I haven't seen any constant
A lot of
flow.
bills like that. We're dealing with a bill like that currently.
I put a tax in place, and then they just use it for their own funds to do
Yeah.
whatever they want to do.
Sweep.
I don't want to get into this discussion, but I think you should all talk to Mike and maybe possibly Amy about rollback rates and what might happen if this property tax thing passes and what could happen to businesses. I don't want to discuss it openly, but.
Yeah, and I did not bring that
It's worthy
up.
of discussion to talk to Mike and Amy about it. We've talked about it already, but I think one-on-ones would be best.
So that's another one. That one has gone cold. They did not they won't address that during the session this week. But that is one that could come back as a special session just to address that bill and how they do it.
What about the HOA
Just
bill?
waiting.
That's
Crushed. Yeah.
Boy, we couldn't afford that. Golly.
All right. Anything else? All right, so it's noon, so we'll come back at 1:30. We'll finish up from there. Thank you all.
Yeah. You gotta look up Epic City. Vero Beach.